Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing Singles Inferno Season 4 and the many criticisms and downfalls the season has faced. This video will focus on the complaints surrounding Seon's storyline, but I'll be posting another video soon to discuss the lack of potential in the other contestants and the overall issues I had with this season's production. To start off, Singles Inferno Season 4 just dropped 2 new episodes, and many netizens and casual watchers are struggling to stay interested in the show, with a common complaint surfacing again and again: this season is way too focused on Seon. Some are even calling it the Seon show. Today, we're going to dive into the criticism that both Seon and the production of the show have been receiving. And just to be clear, I do not dislike Seon at all. She actually seems like a really fun and chill girl. I also do think she is very pretty. But at the same time, I can understand that the way the season revolves around her, combined with her indecisiveness, is making things difficult for a lot of viewers. One of the biggest issues fans have is the way Singles Inferno 4 has structured its narrative. Instead of feeling like a balanced dating show where multiple stories are unfolding, it feels like the showrunners have locked in on one person. Every episode, the camera lingers on Seon's expressions, her love triangle, or previous square, and her constant back and forth between different contestants. While the main character treatment can sometimes make for an engaging season, like during Season 1 with the iconic Jia, in this case, it seems to be having the opposite effect. For one, while I do think Seon is a cool girl, she doesn't have the same pull or charm as Song Jia from Season 1, and her storyline is not as dynamic as Seolki's from Season 2. Seolki's love interests, like Dex, brought a lot of excitement and intensity to the show, making her season much more engaging. Unfortunately, Seon's love interests, while they seem like nice guys, don't add much to the dynamic, except for maybe Junseo. And I actually feel like Jeongsu was more fun to watch when her went to paradise with Eugene. I feel like those two would be a cute couple, but that's a video for another day. Viewers on social media have expressed frustration, saying that the show lacks excitement because there's no real unpredictability. Every storyline somehow circles back to Seon. Many feel like the other contestants aren't getting enough screen time, which is disappointing because Singles Inferno thrives when there are multiple dynamics at play. But I will say that, I do think this criticism isn't necessarily Seon's fault, but rather a result of how the show has played out. If we really break it down, all the male contestants, except for Dong-ho, have shown interest in Seon, and 3 of them were actively pursuing her. Naturally, she would end up with a bigger storyline since so much of the male attention has been centered around her, which isn't something she can control. The only other major love triangle involves Dong-ho, Aaron, and Haelin, and I'd say they receive a decent amount of screen time, because think of it this way: without Seon's storyline, which other storyline of this season could carry the show? Dong-ho, Aaron, and Haelin are cute but somewhat boring, and the other contestants do not seem to have clear love interests, so all we have left is Seon. Another major criticism of Seon is that she contradicts herself and dragged Theo along. It's safe to say that Theo is the most popular male contestant among viewers, largely because of his direct, heartfelt, and sincere approach. Naturally, when that effort isn't reciprocated by Seon, she's going to receive backlash. At one point, she told Jeongsu that she likes expressive guys, and out of all the men interested in her, Theo has undoubtedly been the most expressive and the biggest green flag. At the end of the day, Seon is allowed to like whoever she wants, and maybe she simply didn't feel a spark with Theo. However, it was frustrating to see her leave him in the dark for so long, because he seems like a caring guy. That's why I was relieved when she finally gathered the courage to be upfront with him in episode 10. In conclusion, Seon seems like a nice enough girl. I do not think she deserves all the hate she is getting, because honestly, who knows how any of us would react if we had 3 guys actively pursuing us at the same time with little to no time to truly figure things out. I do understand why her indecisiveness is frustrating. This was also an issue with Gwanhee in Season 3, though I'd argue his indecisiveness was even worse. The only couple I somewhat care for is Aaron and Dong-ho, but even they feel a bit boring at times. There just hasn't been a pairing this season that really pulls me in. All in all, this season of Singles Inferno is my least favorite so far. I'll be making another video discussing the other elements of this season that I didn't enjoy, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more.